We're gonna let this beat play. We're gonna let this beat play, opening up this stream tonight. Welcome in, everybody. All right. It's sad news, so I ain't gonna let this beat play for too much. But today we have a stream. It's a sad one because of what we're gonna be talking about. But nonetheless, I felt it was worthy of having a conversation about the impacts of this. And today I have a really special guest. It's cool to see how far not only their channel has come along, but how far we've all come along collectively as a Mavs community. But to have this guest back on here and to now have him in a better format versus the whole YouTube stuff. Welcome in King Stradamus from We Talk Mavs. What's up, bro?
Nothing much, brother. Thank you for having me as always. I appreciate the kind words, and my partner would as well. And I told you, man, we just trying to be like you. So one step at a time.
One step at a time, bro. We all trying to grow. So I want to set the mood right more for this stream. So we're gonna turn off the hype music. And today we got breaking news, right? Christian Wood has fractured his thumb. So let's hit some breaking news sounds. I felt like that was it double layered. When I didn't want it to double layer, but it layered. So let's go ahead and let's get our journalistic music on while we add it too. So here we go. And is my journalistic music going? All right, I guess everybody can hear it. Yeah, y'all can hear it. Well, we trial and error here. We trial and error, but nonetheless, we trialing and hopefully Aaron. What the heck? Yeah, my level's going all crazy over here. Can you still pick me up?
Yeah, I can hear you.
King?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I cannot hear you.
Yikes. I can hear you.
Hold on. You know, these things have a mind of their own. Hold on. This browser. Oh, that's why. All right. Now I can hear you. My bad, man.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. You know, messing with these laptop settings throws everything's off. All right. So now I got the music. It's a journalistic soundtrack, so it makes them sound more like, you know, we doing some reporting here. So, all right, man. Let me get your thoughts. First things first. Right off the top of the hour, what was your initial reaction hearing that Christian Wood had a fractured thumb, bro?
It's bad news, but I mean, I didn't take it too bad because I believe it's on his non-shooting hand, just a fractured thumb. So I don't think it'll be too much time. It sucks that we don't have any, you know, right now with no anchor in the middle. But I mean, truthfully, it was looking bad either way. We'll see how Dodo and Josh Green step it up, you know, on the perimeter to help out Reggie. But I don't think it should be too bad. Maxi's talking about coming back in like a week. You know, I don't know how. I guess he's, again, like I said before, like about Rel, I called him John Cena, but maybe Maxi's name should be John Cena now. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it should be too much. I think the whole team, really what this is looking like is the whole team should be ready and ready to come out the gate after the All-Star break. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking after All-Stars, when you turn it on and you're going to have to go just all out. I just wanted them to get 50 wins, and they got like 10 more games to lose only to get they can't lose more than 10. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, they would have to go on a run, and unfortunately, the next couple of opponents we're gonna need Christian Wood, because without Christian Wood, we're left with Dwight Powell and JaVale McGee at the big position. Yeah, I mean, for me, as soon as I heard it, I was just like, man, I think it was the same reaction everybody had on Twitter. It's like, we just can't catch a break. As soon as we get two of our, you know, best perimeter players, one of our best players go out. And so with that being said, they said they're going to reevaluate them next week on next Thursday, I believe. Mm-hmm. With fractures, I looked up thumb fractures, and thumb fractures take about 3 to 6 weeks to heal. Now, that's probably for your average human being like you and I, right? But your professional athlete, I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. Do you think they take their time with it? Do you think they utilize this as a way to, I don't know, as a mechanism to trade them? Or is this going to be one of those things where they just let him take his time to come back, or they're going to rush him? Because the way Kid has been acting, I don't know.
I guess the best news for the Mavs, if they wanted to trade him, would be to have him come back as soon as possible. I don't, like I said, I don't think it's going to be that serious. It's a good thing that it's on his left hand. I think they'll cast it up eventually. He'll miss a few games, probably come back with a cast on his hand, probably play with like a harder cast at first and then try to soften it up. Like you said, they have the best, medical trainers and all. Dallas is known for that as far as the Mavericks, and I think he'll be fine. Just need a little time off. Like I said, this gives time for guys like Jaden Hardy to take a step up, Josh Green, those type of guys, because we needed other guys to step up right now. I know Christian Wood was doing his job. It's no knock at Christian Wood at all. Absolutely, he's been a godsend. But we do need other guys to start learning to take more of a role on the team, a higher role. So yeah, I'm looking for Jaden Hardy to maybe average around 15, hopefully, in this run without Christian Wood. Maybe around that. Josh Green giving you around 15 as well. That would be lovely. We got Dodo back, so Dodo probably can throw another 10 in there. So we can probably get the contributions that Christian Wood would normally get, but it's still we're gonna miss him, especially on the rebounding side. That's where we're gonna have to I don't know what we're gonna do. I really don't know, because we're already a suspect on the rebounding tip, and Christian Wood was like our best rebound outside of Luka Doncic. So
they're big time. And I think the only positive that I could think about is that Dorian Finney-Smith got us 9 rebounds last night.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that coming off of such a huge layoff? But yeah, it sucks, man, because at this point you need all your players to make a run, especially with how poorly we've been playing defensively. Losing Christian Wood right now is just like it's a pretty bad. It's just tough, man. It's tough, and I wanted to ask you, how do you think this potential injury, which could take anywhere between 3 to 6 weeks to heal, we're talking about 2-3 games per week, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at, let's say, 3 weeks minimum. That's potentially 9 to 12 games that he could miss. Well, what do you think the impacts are for us when it comes to, how would I say, Luka's MVP run, right? And as far as our win-loss record right now, we're 24-22. How do you think that affects it, man? How does it look for us moving forward?
So it's a double-edged sword, I should say. It's a good and a bad out of this. The bad is that, like you said, we lose Christian Wood, rebounding. I'm just worried about rebounding. That's the major thing that I'm worried about now, is how we're going to rebound the ball. Because
we didn't do that great of a job against Atlanta, even with him, even with Wood.
I would expect maybe Dallas is going to go run and grab someone. It's maybe a 10-day contract or something, just somebody. Like, you have to put a body in there. But the positive side of it is that I was talking on last We Talk Mavs show about the Luka MVP ship may have sailed away. And with Christian Wood now being hurt, and Christian Wood being, I guess what most folks are saying is Luka's second best player right now. If somehow, some way, I was saying the 3rd seed early in the year, 3rd seed would basically give Luka unanimous MVP. 4th seed, I think that's dropped. I think a seed is dropped off of that with the Christian Wood injury now. Dallas can somehow get to the 4th seed now with all of these issues that we've been going through. I think it's a strong possibility if Luka keeps playing Luka ball. Doesn't stay. He's in a little bit of an efficiency slump, but if he can get his game back, play like we expect him to play, which he will. I think 4th seed, the Mavericks can do it. Yeah,
I think the kind of like the outcomes of this injury either is going to force Luka to have to average even more than 33.5 points per game, or I think what teams are doing now, they're just doubling him, blitzing him, and if anything, his assist numbers may go up if our players start hitting their shots more, but overall, it's going to have to make Luka work harder, and that means that Spencer Dinwiddie is going to have to put up more of an offensive punch. I mean, it's just tough, man, because you would, and I hate being a dead horse, but this horse ain't dead at the end of the day. Like, if we didn't let go of Brunson, this thing's a little bit different, right?
Yeah, a lot different.
Because then it's like, all right, Wood got hurt, cool. We still got Dinwiddie, Brunson, and Luka versus we just got Luka.
It's this guy. It's that guy, TGK.
Oh,
I'm
glad you. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We talk Mavs. Let's talk about it.
But that guy, Hardy, it's his time now. Like that's it. We've been all year, even before the year started. Fans been having expectations for Jaden Hardy, I should say. And I guess when we talk Mavs, we told him it would be a roller coaster ride. At the beginning of the year, he wasn't playing as much for the Mavs as we wanted him to. He started getting some run recently. He's playing basically in every game now and getting minutes, at least probably like 10 minutes a game. So now it's up to him to start taking that step. It's time. Like, we need Jaden Hardy to understand the game a little bit more, especially if they're going to be doubling Luka. Like, I think he's a guy that can really change the game plan for a defense if they double team Luka while he's out there with him, because of his speed and his ability to get to the rim. Because if you're telling me that Luka's going to be double teamed, he's probably going to be one-on-one or by himself a lot if he plays with Luka, which means he can get to the rim, because that seems like that's something he likes to do. So it's that guy. It's Jaden Hardy. It's time for him to become that next Jalen Brunson or whatever we think he's going to be. So that's what I got. Big expectations for Jaden Hardy right now. I hope J Kidd plays him, lets him do it, but that's what I think it is. Even through the times he's going to have struggles, it's okay. I just want him to get out there and get his feet wet even more and understand that he's a crucial piece of the puzzle now.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. I actually really, really agree with that. I was upset that he only got 4 minutes last night. But I want to hear your take on how I see how they should utilize Jaden Hardy. But let me string in some little segment noise. All right, some segment noise. Let's get your thoughts on this. This is my thought when it comes to Jaden Hardy and his development, right? To me, I think instead of putting Jaden Hardy out there when Luka is not out there, is a detriment. So hear me out. If we utilize Jaden Hardy to be on the court with Luka, Jaden Hardy is going to get the assignment from their third to fourth best defender, right? You get that double team on Luka. Luka finds Jaden Hardy. Jaden Hardy is either going to have a big on him or a defender that's not going to be able to deal with him. And I think that's going to wide open. You're going to have a better ISO situation, and it's going to create one of those things where he's going to be able to take advantage of a weaker defender, right? And with that being said, it develops him over time and this and that, whatever the third. But I don't see Kidd utilizing his minutes with Luka versus he utilizes minutes when he's not with Luka. What are your thoughts on that?
It's kind of the same thing. Sorry, guys. My son keeps running in and out. But
you good, man. You good. This is an unplanned stream. You good, man. We rocking.
It's more of that Christian Wood situation we had at the beginning of the year. As far as we were seeing Christian Wood play a lot without Luka, and we were wondering why not play him with Luka, because it'll bring out the best of him, the best version of him, getting wide open buckets with Luka Doncic. So I 100% agree with you. It's kind of what I said earlier, I guess a little bit ago. Just have him in there because he can take advantage of those situations. Like, I trust him a lot more already than like a Reggie Bullock with the ball in those situations where Luka gets double teamed, or Dwight Powell, or anybody else, basically, even a Dodo in the starting lineup. As far as getting the ball and having to create, I trust him more, and I would like to see him in those situations where he could be a deciding factor, because we need to switch it up. I'm tired of seeing that same play over and over again when they collapse, or I guess trap Luka.
Yeah.
The pass to the free throw line, and then either a drive or a pass out to the 3-point line for guys to probably brick it. So I'm tired of seeing that play over and over again. I'd like some, just diversity in our game plan, and hopefully, Jaden Hardy being added more with this injury situation could actually help us out.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. So here's I don't know if you did catch my last stream. So we're gonna do. We do over-unders on the pregame show, but we're going to do over-under today, man. We're going to do an over-under today. Let's go ahead and let's string in the music for the over-under. And then bang, here we go. Over-unders. All right, so I'm gonna have you create this over-under with me so we can get this community in the chat box to participate. Christian Wood, how many games will he miss? What do you want to set it at, 10?
We can set it
or 12 or less. 10.
Let's set it at 10. You said 3 a week, 3 games by the week. That's 3 weeks. Yeah. So let's do it at 10.
All right, we're gonna put it at 10 games, and we're gonna let the community see if he's going to be out for more than 10 games or under 10 games. Yeah, look at that. We incorporated some pregame stuff into the stream. So let's jump into some comments, man, right quick, and then we'll get back on this topic. Richard Case, what's up, bro? What's up? I don't know if you get to see the comments, but again, let me know if you do.
I will read yours. So I will listen to you read them. How about that?
Okay. All right. So Richard says, "What up? Mavs just can't get right. A little luck would be nice. 1,000%. You know what? If we are to get the luck, I hope the luck comes in the playoffs.
You know what, TGK? The one thing about this season is that the West and all is so wide open. Like the NBA is so wide open right now that it could be one small move that can take us from being like thinking this is the hell of a season, like this is ridiculous, a throwaway season, to thinking we can compete for a championship. That's how close I think the NBA is right now. So it's not all gone. Like we say, we just keep preaching to the front office. Like get something done.
Yeah, and you heard that report where they said Luka said it, but then Luka, said, nah, he didn't say it, but I think we know he said it.
it came from Tim McMahon.
Yeah.
He said it.
Yeah. Jordan Poole, hey, it's me, Luka. Yeah. I like your Luka Doncic profile a little more. Come back with the Luka Doncic profile. That's what I want to see. I know Jordan Poole. Richard K says looks good. Oh, I guess he's talking about to the layout. Appreciate you, man. I am like a madman daily, like 3 to 4 hours watching videos on how to maneuver all this stuff. Like it is, yeah.
Knowledge, brother. Knowledge, brother. Knowledge.
Yes, sir.
You're a wiser man.
I have
no problem with that. You should always do it.
Yes, sir. Losing sleep on this, but we don't get it right.
Hey, it's for a cause.
Yes, sir. All right, let me fix this comment here. There we go, so it can fit in the scene. All right, Harold says, what's going on, fam? Mavs don't make significant moves at the trade deadline. I'll give up on a season. Jeez. Do you think it's a loss if we don't make any moves, or what do you think about that?
I can't see Luka not making the playoffs. I don't know, man. This team looks very bad right now, so I don't know, man. I mean, are we worse than the Lakers, though? I mean, we did beat the Lakers, right?
2 overtimes.
Bottom, so who's eighth right now? Eighth is like the Clippers right now, so maybe like that's the deciding factor. We just got like stomped by the Clippers, and they're the 8th seed, so it's gonna be big games against the Kings. Watch what I tell you. Luckily we haven't played the Kings
at all.
So those are going to be huge games.
Yeah, man, I really don't want to be in the NBA playoff play-in picture. That'd be rough. Reggie DC2 says, so since Wood is out, can we put the please send help painting back up? That's good. Yes. Hey, I'll put the over under on that mural being worth like 6,000. Now it's probably gaining more value as the injuries pack up or rack up on this team. Lows, what's up, Lows? They said, what's up, my dudes? What do you guys think of Terry Rozier? Oh, hold on. Let me cue in some sounds so we can talk some trade talk. Here we go. I don't know if you saw, who was it? Bobby Marks. He made there's a trade deal for the Mavs where it's Bertans, Tim Hardaway Jr. in the first for Oubre, Terry Rozier, and I forgot who the other player was. I think it was, I don't know if it was PJ Washington. Maybe it was PJ Washington. What do you think about going after Rozier with Bertans and Tim Hardaway Jr. and a potential first?
So I think we've been beaten on the head so much that we just want anything thrown to us. It'll be more exciting. It would be probably better basketball than we're getting right now with that trade happening. But I keep, as I always say on We Talk Mavs, you throw away them picks, it has to work. Like that, you have to have your team. Mm-hmm. And we're already 1 pick down. So if we get rid of that one, we're down 2 picks. And how close is that to our championship team? Is that close enough? So I'm not for it. I don't want to trade the picks, man. Like I really don't want to trade the picks unless we get someone. I don't know, man. this Maverick decision is so difficult right now because there's so many holes.
It is really
like
tough.
One hole thing right now. It's just like so many holes, and it's like I don't have an answer, like one piece answer. So I think the best answer right now is just go for the best player. Like go for a superstar and just build around that. Like just if you have a team with the guys that are good, you'll get guys that are like free agents and things like that that'll come for the low. That'll happen because they believe in the team. So just go for the superstars. What I say now.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, man. I think if you're in those rooms with Nico and Luka, my main thing will be talking to Luka constantly and be like, all right, look, we can make this massive move down the road, or unless you want to just go ahead and get who we want to get. But to me, it's like I know you say he doesn't want to be a part of those decisions, but to me, it's like, I need you to be invested into the decision that is made. That way, you don't feel like it's some sort of way that we set you up for failure, right? Like, we could go get you these players. This is what we think they could be with you. But is it that much of an improvement on the margin, So it is just a difficult situation to be in. But it all boils down to the credit, huh?
Nice trophy, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Shout out to my brother, man. We have a comment here. Zen, am I saying this right? Zen Queen Neptune? I got it right. All right. Do we have someone that we believe can reasonably pick up his slack in his absence, in Wood's absence? Who do we think can pick up his Wood's slack in his absence? My bad. Damn, I'm all over the place.
I'm still going with Jaden Hardy. That's the only guy I think we do have.
Yeah, as far as rebounding wise, unless McGee's about to get 25 minutes a game.
Sure.
That's the only way I can see rebounds maybe being balanced out. But Wood's out here getting you 16, 18 rebounds a game, bro. And 5 blocks every other game, or every other game that goes in the overtime. Wood has been how would I put it? I think Wood has exceeded my expectations. That's another great question. Let's get into this segment here. Put this sound effect in right quick. Hey, we just freestyling here. Has Wood exceeded your expectations coming into this season? There has been a lot of talk about, hey, is he going to be a starter? Is he going to come off the bench? With the idea of him coming off the bench or being a starter and the way he has played up to now, did you see him playing like this, or is he exceeding that expectation that you had?
People are going to think I'm being cocky on this show, but he has not exceeded my expectations at all, TGK.
Wow.
I felt like we tried to talk about this before the season even started. At the beginning of the season, we kept preaching the Christian Wood love. Like we said, that Christian Wood was a guy that can get you 20 and 10 on a bad team efficiently, with him being the number one guy.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's scoring efficiently as the number one guy, with the defense knows to just lock in on you, why would his game become worse playing with a generational superstar that not only his attention on defense, as far as like just the attention that he demands because he can score, but also the way he can pass the ball. So I knew he would be special on that end. And then also, like, on the defensive side, I felt like we didn't see his true defensive ability because of the losing situation in Houston, and because of the losing situations. I felt like he was athletic enough. I knew he could block the ball. I knew he could rebound the ball. I just felt like once you actually gave him the opportunity, where he was doing it for a reason, that he would actually step up and do it. And he's been doing it. Like, I didn't expect 5 blocks a game. I did expect 2, though. I expected Christian Wood to be everything we wanted street clothes to be. I expect him to be 20. I thought when he was starting, he could possibly flirt with 25 and 10 with 2 blocks a game. I think I've said that multiple times, and I still believe if he was a starter all year round, that'd be around the numbers he'd be making, probably like 22, 10, and like 1-8.
Man. That's, I mean, how do I feel? Do I feel like he exceeded the expectations? My expectations? I feel like he slightly exceeded my expectations, to be honest. I didn't see him. I seen him being the starter. Obviously, 10 games into the season, it was just no brainer. But like, he has literally been, you could arguably say, the best player Luka has played with. And we're talking about from a size perspective, from being able to shoot from wherever. I mean, in certain instances, you could say he's a better 3-point shooter than Brunson, right? Obviously, a better shot blocker and rebounder than Brunson. He can get his own bucket. He could take it from one side of the court to the other. So for his size and being able to do what he does, you can arguably say he is the best player Luka has played with. So for that reason, he has exceeded my expectations, man. I didn't expect to see 5 blocks coming out of him, or even becoming a defensive anchor for this team. He is a defensive anchor for us. We didn't see that coming into the season. So for me, he's exceeded my expectations, and I'm extremely happy with that. Now, what we do with it, 4 for 77 doesn't sound too bad when you consider everything that he could do.
4 for 77, just like 4 for 55. He was the missing piece, TGK. Nico, when Nico made that move, I told you, I jumped in joy. I came on our show. I kept yelling 60 wins. I felt like it was done. Like, I'm like, Jalen Brunson, Luka Doncic, Spencer Dinwiddie on the bench, and Christian Wood. Like, that's it. Like, I'm not afraid of the Golden State Warriors. I don't think they were that serious last year. Like, that was probably the weakest team of their, I guess, quote unquote, dynasty. Yeah. But, like, I thought he was the missing piece, but then the whole JB fiasco happened and they fumbled that bag. So, yeah, that was major, and we're missing him.
And I think it magnifies the error for us, because we've lived it through Nash, and now we're seeing it, and we're already feeling it. Versus with Nash, it was kind of like we felt that once he got that MVP, like, damn, we actually lost the MVP. But Dirk was so great, you didn't feel that much of the loss. With us, we see Luka's greatness. It just, we're missing that one other player, and Brunson would have been that person that not only we probably would have been 2-2 or 3-1 in Luka's absence, right? With Brunson, we probably wouldn't lose the 3 to 6 games that we should have never lost. And you're looking at potentially 8 extra wins on top of our record. We'd be 32 and whatever the record would have been, you know? So can you consider all that as like the mistakes, man? Let's jump back into these comments right quick. Harold says JaVale, Gunnar, McGee were cooked. Queen Neptune says, "Oh good, JaVale." I guess we're still talking about who's going to replace Woods' production. Harold says Zach LaVine or Pascal Siakam. Who you got? Well, who you prefer?
Ooh, that's a hard one, Harold. Ooh, on point. Yikes. So, Pascal Siakam at this point in his career is a better player than Zach LaVine. Let me start by saying that.
Let me cue in some noise for you. Hold on. Let's cue in some the rising piano. Here we go.
Zach LaVine, though, is not a better player than Pascal Siakam. I will say that. I think Pascal Siakam is awesome defensively. I think Pascal Siakam is an all-NBA player. He's not just an all-star. He's an all-NBA player. He's a bona fide number 2 on a championship level team. Like, we've known that. Saying that, though, with the current construction of the team, if we're going up the current construction of the team, I want Zach LaVine, because I feel like Zach and Luka would feel better. And I feel like with Pascal Siakam, we'll still need a center. Like, Pascal will be more of a Christian Wood fit, and we still need a big guy. Like, Pascal's good at rebounding, but he's not a ridiculous rebounder. He's not a center, 12 to 14 rebounds a game. He's a guy that can get you around 7 or 8. You feel me? Around that level. So I do think we need more as far as the rebounding area. But Zach LaVine, I feel like with Luka Doncic, like, if we thought JB and Luka were good, I think Luka could literally just take a step back and say, "All right, it's your time now." Like, it'll be games when I really feel like Luka could say, "I could really just get 20, 10, and 10 real easy, or 20, 20, and 20 if I tried to." Like, you feel me? And just be like, "All right, Zach, just go cook and give me 50." You feel me right now? So that's the reason I would say Zach LaVine maybe, but I wouldn't cry at Pascal Siakam either. And one more thing, TGK, I wanted to say on when you said the last segment. The issue with Nash and JB, how they differ. When we traded Nash away, we ended up getting Terry. Terry's not a bad player. He's not as good as Steve Nash, but Jason Terry ended up being Mr. Clutch, big time for us, and all of that. He should actually, his jersey should be raised. I believe that's my opinion. But Steve, when we lost JB, we lost him for nothing. So there's nobody taking his spot on our team right now, or even trying to take his spot. We just lost him. So that's the big difference as far as in the trade. Like, we lost a guy that's going to be an all-star now for nothing.
And that's where it really, really just grinds my gears whenever I see Brunson have a good game, because it's like, it's not that I don't want him to have good or bad games. It's just like, could have had that, could have been right here. Like I always said, we were better in the luxury tax with Brunson than staying in the luxury tax without him. It just made absolutely no sense. All right, let me go ahead and take this over under little graphic here. Out of 8 votes, bro. Seawood's over under for 10 games missed is dead even at 50 and 50%.
Ooh.
Crazy. We're going to end that poll on a 50-50.
You believe in Seawood's toughness, though. I think he's coming back. I think he's going to come back with a cast on his hand. I don't think he's going to come right back. I mean, he's going to miss some games, but I don't think it's going to be too long. Like I say, it's on a non-shooting hand. That's the big part of it. Yeah,
I hope so. We're going to need him back. Rel says 2GK with all the exclamation marks, and then he says King with the side eye.
He's always trolling. I hate that guy. He's on our show sometimes.
Laus says that's not the King I know. Where is the positive dude hiding? For question mark. For real, have a bit of faith. Luka ain't never let us down, because we about to go on a streak. I could feel it.
Laus, I am not. The positivity, it's not about the positivity being gone. I'm giving until a lot of fans are off board. I've been saying I'm giving Nico and them until the trade deadline. I want to see the magic they pull. I don't think this team is good enough to get us back to the Western Conference Finals. I think we could lose in the first round. And it's no disrespect, Laus, to the team. It's just, it is what it is. I've been watching with my eyes. Like, at some point last year, you guys know we went on that run, and we were like the best team in the league, other than, I guess, the Celtics. We were tied with them or close to them.
Yeah.
And you could see with your eyes that teams don't want to play us. Like, we can beat anybody we play against. I don't have that feeling this time. Like, I'm not going into a game. When we play Sacramento right now, I'm worried about those games. I'm like, because Sacramento already had our number before, and I'm like, that's going to be an ugly game. Like, we can't. Sabonis is going to go off on us. Like, so I don't know, Laus. We'll see, but I'm keeping faith. I'm not going yet. February 9th.
Yeah, no, it definitely feels different this year. Last year, you went into that Phoenix Suns series like, nah, we could do this. Like, we could do this. This year, I mean, against the Suns, we could probably still do this, right? But when it comes to other teams, is like, just the confidence that you have in the team ain't really there, because the vibes have been off, man. The vibes have been off. Richard K says Westbrook's contract would not hurt. He wouldn't even need to sell his house. He can email contract. I know we talked about this earlier in the season, but I think that ship has sailed too. I think unless we were playing for cap space, we would have done that early in the year, and you would have been able to make better deals at the trade deadline, to be honest with you. At this point, you just need to improve the team. You're just throwing the season away if you trade for Westbrook, because
Westbrook might work better for us than a couple of guys we have in our team. Like, I mean, right now, TGK, if I threw this to you, would you trade Bertans, THJ, and JaVale McGee for Westbrook?
All right, here's me, right? Hell yeah, I would. You're looking at it like, all right, you got this dude that can play football on a basketball court, right? He be playing football, Luka playing basketball in that LA game. That was my little joke, but I took that from D-Lo. But yes, I 1,000% would take him. It's just he does have a mind of his own, right? Is he going to be able to, have some chemistry with Luka? Is he going to be able to listen to Jason Kidd? I think there could be. I think there is some kind of respect for Luka, even though he was like, how would I say, roughing him up. You don't do that if you don't fear the opponent.
Respect.
Right.
It's a respect thing.
Yes.
LeBron does it too. It's a respect thing.
Yeah, and I think he would fit here. I think he respects Kidd too. Now the whole Mark Cuban thing, there's a little bit of bad blood there. I don't know how that would work, right? But I mean, I would take him. I mean, he's shooting pretty good from three, as we've seen recently.
The way I feel right now about those three guys I just named, if Russell Westbrook came over here and stunk up the joint, we could just bench him for the rest of the year. You feel me? Like just lower his minutes and bench him for the rest of the year and wait for the contract to expire. I want those contracts off the book. I don't want them here for any more years at all. The other guys, like, and this year is already a done deal. So, yeah, if I could trade those 3 for Russell Westbrook right now, I wish we would have did it earlier in the year. But if I can still do it right now, I'm doing it right now still.
I wish I would have done it early in the year for sure. Queen Neptune says, big shoes to fill, best recovery, Big C. Yeah, I like that nickname, Big C. I never heard of that nickname. I rock with it. Eric Draven. Huh? What happened?
I said, I'm not too big on calling folks big.
Slim C. How about that?
There you go. Slim C. Okay. I can work with that.
Slim C. Eric Draven, what's up, bro? He says, with Wood possibly being out for 3 weeks, what do the Mavs front office do with his injury leading up to the trade deadline? Do they sign him? I mean, here's the thing. The contract should have been done, 3 weeks ago. So, to me, I think the Mavericks are just really going to hold out to the trade deadline. I think you're going to have to wait to the trade deadline for these teams to kind of lower the price on things. And you never know. One of these teams might want to overpay for a player. So you just never know. And I think they're going to hold the little caveat of Wood in front of all these teams to see if anyone's going to bite big. And if they bite big, you just never know. You could probably get 2 solid, good players and a pick for Wood if done right. But I would like to keep him though.
I don't think you can get all that TGK only because he's a free agent after the year.
Mm-hmm.
So the issue is that teams are going to be scared that he's just a rental. So they're probably not going to want to get like draft picks up for him and all. But I think with this injury, it's going to be harder for the Mavericks to trade him. What I'm thinking now is that we're going to wait till the season is over again, and we're just going to see if Christian Wood's going to do us like Jalen Brunson or if he's going to sign a contract. But the thing is I think by the end of the year, he's probably going to be worth more than they're trying to give to him.
Yeah. Man, that sucks, bro.
Yeah.
Let me move on. Joe Sutherland, what's up, man? First time I've seen you in here. Welcome. Let me get back to the comment. He says, sneaky move would be if we can swing something for Damian Lee. That would be insane. Got to get guys in here who are more consistent, and that's been the issue all season. Plus, get an actual backup point guard. I mean, not only is that, we got a lot of holes as far as rebounding is concerned. So, I don't mind the idea of those players as long as if we're trading Frank to get those players. I'm all for it because I ain't trying to trade no Josh Green for no Damian Lee.
I just think a lot of problems would be solved with an anchor, like a true anchor in the middle that gets rebounds and all. And I say that for these reasons. One, with a true anchor in the middle, everybody else looks better on defense. Everybody else. Like, defense becomes easier when you have a guy in the middle that can protect the rim and get you stops. Secondly, the Mavericks are probably tired a lot because they play defense a lot, if that makes sense, because they can't stop possessions. So when you can't stop rebounds and it's an offensive rebound, you got to go back out there and get low again and go man up against these guys when they're driving past you and doing that. It just, I guess, sucks the life out of you. Like, it deflates you. That's what I should say. Like, we had the chance and got to do it again. We had to stop. There's so many times when you see, you think you're like, if the Mavericks just get a stop and go score on the other side, this is a game. And they get the stop, but then give up the offensive rebound. And you're like, oh, well, guy gets a wide open 3 or something like that. So I just think we need a big guy. The big guy is the main thing to get rebounds and stop possessions. And I think everything else will start falling in line.
Yeah, 1,000%. That correlates to when you hoop on a basketball court, right? When you pick and playing basketball and the team you're playing against just getting second and third opportunities, you're just like, just shoot the ball. Make it so I can get a possession.
Let me see it.
Oh my God, like enough.
Yep.
Why am I here the only one playing defense, man? Why am I the only one getting rebounds? And I'm pretty sure that's how Luka might feel. And so he tries to conserve his energy because the only way to win is to go score on the other side and score more than them. Yep. Rel posted a little emoji on here, the little winky eye. Harold says, Luka needs to send jerseys, gifts to all his guys around the league. Tampering means nothing in this league. We need to do some tampering. If the price to tamper costs you a second round draft pick, sign me up. Amount Snack says, I got jumped into.
I keep.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, keep a lookout for the Joker. I know they keep saying that Luka might go there, but I'm telling y'all, keep a lookout for the Joker. They can't get that. They can't get Luka. It's gonna be easy, I think, for the Mavericks to get Joker.
Yeah, and if anything, the whole idea is that Luka would go to Denver to join Joker. Unfortunately,
yeah, and they have a bunch of max contracts already. Is what I'm saying. So it'll be easier if one of them become a free agent for the Joker to say, "Hey, let me come join you, Luka."
Hell yeah. Amount Snack says, I got jumped into Glow Yard Gang membership. Who jumped him in, man?
Jumped in. Jump you in. Come on, Amount, man. Don't do us like that. We appreciate you, though, Amount. Thank you.
He also said, even if he doesn't work, Westbrook expiring. So, yeah, I mean, that would be great for us to make some kind of to have flexibility moving forward. Jason Mid likes Westbrook. See, I think it would work. It was just that Westbrook and Mark Cuban have to patch some things up. Reggie DC2 says, I think anything less than the Western Conference Finals is a waste of season. I still rather have the cap space. We don't have talent nor a draft pick, nor do we have money. We can't wait for 2025. What up, Cousin King? All right, man, that was a really good comment there. Solid. It's, when the comment's so solid, you can't add nothing to it other than that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Yep. Amount says, everyone says Bertans and THJ are shooters. Hope the Lakers buy into that propaganda 1,000%. I've been boosting up Bullock's value on Twitter. I don't know if you noticed that. I'm like, nah, we need 2 firsts now.
Did you know Dwight Powell has the highest offensive rate in the history of basketball?
I saw that.
Wow,
I saw
guys,
that.
like, woo, I mean,
hold on. Let's string in some noise. Hold on. You can repeat that to us again. All right, what was this stat about Dwight Powell again?
Dwight Powell, guys, is the highest rated offensive player in NBA history. I'm talking about higher than Joker, higher than Kevin Durant, higher than Luka Doncic, just higher than Michael Jordan. Woo. So every team should want that. Any team that needs an offensive player right now, who has the worst offense in basketball right now? We need to talk to them and see if they needed Dwight Powell right now.
Right, man. Well, what these teams waiting for, man? They need to go ahead and send the picks, send the players, send the cash. Go ahead. Richard K says the talk on Westbrook is THJ Bertans and Reggie for Westbrook in the 27th first. Now, I'm not dealing no first for Westbrook. That's the no. And THJ, I need a first back for Tim Hardaway Jr. Y'all see the way he played against LA?
Absolutely.
Last comment so far right here. Lau says, yeah, at the trade deadline, depending on our situation, the positivity might take a drop for sure. I get you on that. Yeah. Here's a lot of things that's going on around our Mavericks community. Here's what I would say. Here's what I'll tell you. Let me put on let me get ready to hit this little noise over here. I am proud of the Mavs Twitter this year. Last year it was more kind of split down the middle, where one half of the base was on the side of the Mavs Bad Takes Twitter page. Remember that guy or that person? And then the other side was more on the positive side. This year, it seems like everyone is just more a tight-knit bunch. Everyone understands the severity of it. Everyone is just saying the same things and they remix it, but it's all going towards the same meaning. I wanted to get your thoughts on how you perceive the Mavs Twitter has been in recent times going into this season.
I think it's amazing. I don't know if Mark Cuban is paying attention to it now. He may still be thinking it's that way you're thinking about it, where it's a split decision and folks are going back and forth on the same topics, like saying we needed Dwight Powell and then half saying we don't need Dwight Powell. But this year, everybody's on board. Everybody understands. Like, I think they said, I don't know who said it first, but Mavs Twitter is like the coach of the year so far this year. It's real talk, and I wish Mark would actually pay attention to us, because like we talked to Greg from Greg's Court yesterday, all the way over in Slovenia.
Shout out to Greg.
Shout out to Greg. He said a whole bunch of people over in Slovenia think the same thing we are on the show. He was sitting there saying, wow, this is unbelievable. We didn't even know this. You guys think the same exact thing, like from across the globe. And we're like, yeah, it's the same thing. We all can see it with our eyes. But for some reason, our owner is still calling us, the one that we put money in his pocket, he's calling us toxic. for knowing
we
watch the product we watch.
We toxic for no reason, I guess, right? But no, special shout out to all the Mavs community, man. Y'all deserve this sound bite I'm about to hit y'all with. Though. Yeah. Great content from Mavs Twitter. Richard K says no first from LA. 1000% agree. They are not going to get any first from us, but we'll take first from them. But I don't even think they got any, so there's no point to even trade with them unless it's just for some money flexibility. Harold says, what trades would be most disappointing?
Anyone that includes a first round draft pick where we don't get a superstar or we don't shed every contract that we don't want.
Yep. I would much rather see us utilize 2 seconds and some of these major contracts to go get us somebody that could immediately have an impact on the team. Eric says, once Johnny B hears that DP stat, he's going to go to town and run with it. How much more time you got, man? Do you want to stay on a little longer?
I got whatever time you got, man. We got a show at 10 your time, so I got time. Just let me know.
All right, we'll just go to 9 p.m. my time, so that'll be 10 p.m. your time.
That works.
All right. Harold says, I don't care what they do. Oh, let me put that up. There it goes. I don't care what they do. If they trade Wood, the best player Luka has played with, I'd be extremely disappointed. They'd have to re-sign him. I mean, we all preaching to the same choir, and it seems like the person that's running this show ain't listening. So here's the thing. I'm probably running out of string music. I ain't got no more string music I could debut. But how far has Mark Cuban fallen in the, how would I say, in the pedigree of NBA owners, and as far as in your eyes, as far as a Dallas Mavs fan? Because if you recall the early 2000s, he had that late night show and he talked nothing but Mavs stuff. So many Mavs fans were engaged. And what the hell has happened over the last couple of years, man? And how do you feel that relationship has soured you?
Bro, I used to be the biggest Mark Cuban fan. He was one of the reasons I became a Maverick fan in general, was because of Mark Cuban. I love that whole, for the youngsters, Steve Ballmer, the way he acts on the bench right now, the just sitting down there watching the game, being excited and showing excitement and all. That was Mark Cuban to the fullest. Mark Cuban was the guy that fought for his team too much at times. Dirk had to tell him to fall back because he was always checking the refs, checking David Stern, and all kind of things. So I loved Mark Cuban for that, but it's just recently, I don't know if the team has become just business to him now. It's no longer just a hobby at all to him. I don't know if that one championship really made him, just gave him validation. I don't know, but I'm not feeling Mark as much now. I don't want to say I'm at the point where I'm telling him to sell the team. I don't ever want to tell someone to do that unless they've done something wrong completely. I know he's been involved with stuff, but I don't know, man. I'm getting to the point where it's just I'm not understanding his role on the team anymore, because it's if you're the GM, just state yourself as the GM and go do the job. But then the jobs don't get done. So it's well, why are you GM? Yep. Why are you even touching it and being involved? So I don't know, TGK, man. This is a better question for you. You're over there in Dallas. So I want to know how you feel about it.
Well, for me, I recently moved away from Dallas. So now I could probably have a little more of an unbiased opinion, because I was a 110% Cuban defender. Because of that, it was because of Jerry Jones and how poorly he ran my football team. And so I was just all right, so let me get this straight. Mark Cuban gets us a championship. Over the last 20 years, he has the second best NBA record in that time span. He's made us relevant. He's built us a new arena. He's made the Mavericks top 8 or top 10 in the NBA value, right? He's done so many great things. And we've gone further in the playoffs than that massive football team down the street, right? So I'm just well, why doesn't Mark Cuban and the Mavs get more love? So I always fought for that. I always fought for that in DFW. No, Mark Cuban deserves his praise, and the Dallas Mavericks organization deserves more respect in the city. And then it's damn, we just made the Western Conference Finals last year. And it's like the window, the opportunity that you got with Luka is like the sense of urgency is not there, and that is the most disrespectful thing to me. As much as I supported him and all this stuff, and it's just like, bro, like you can have the city of Dallas in such a tight grip. You could take it from the Mavericks if you could just ring off 3-4 championships in a row with Luka.
Yeah.
You just do not understand the magnitude of the possibility you could have. You could build your new arena. You could build your new arena with your casino somewhere in the middle of downtown Dallas than you have it already. It's just the opportunities are limitless. All you gotta do is get that roster together. And you've been the most cheapest owner in the NBA for some odd reason. I just can't I can't support it sometimes, and I've gotten to the point where I really don't support what he's been doing recently. So,
Yeesh. That's hard to hear. Wow.
Yeah. Rel says LA has the 27th and 29th, 2027, 2029 first round pick. Hey man, if they want to give us that for THJ, I'll take it.
We're not getting that. We now we could have got it, like I said, if we did the trade early in the year before the season started and all, when they were really pushing to get rid of Russell Westbrook. I think we could have got the first round pick.
I 1000% agree. I think that first week when the LA couldn't buy a 3, that's when I was like, hey, we got guys that can hit them. Yeah. Man, they gotta read the league a lot better. Lau says
the Mavericks keep trying to be the smart. Mark Cuban and the Mavericks keep trying to be the smartest guy in the room, and that goes all the way back to 2012. They didn't let the championship team run it back. When TGK? When does that ever happen?
Now, bro, here's the thing: like, how many more errors are we gonna allow ourselves to make? The 2012 error, what was it? We could fast forward it to the Rondo era. We could fast forward it again to the 2014 team was pretty solid. Chandler Parsons, Jalen Brunson, the KP deal, the Harrison Barnes deal. Like, we could still have. What did we get out of the Harrison Barnes deal? What did we get out of it?
What's your guy? The guy with the
Justin Jackson.
Justin Jackson with the
and what else?
Floater ever. That's it. Justin Jackson.
It made.
For some reason, he always wants cat space, but he never does anything with the cat space. But getting the more cap hell with players we don't want.
It blew my, like, you know what Harrison Barnes could be right now for us?
Yeah.
He could be our 7th, 8th best player, right? In a way, and that's a good thing to have. He could probably be 5th, 6th, whatever. But Harrison Barnes being your 5th, 6th best player is a massive positive. Versus you got nothing for him. He's still playing.
Would you agree though that we needed to move him to get Luka to be where he was?
No, I think Luka was gonna get there regardless.
So you don't think even with Harrison Barnes being a number 1, it'd have been, maybe have been a little bit of a problem for him to fall back and become behind Luka without being traded?
If Harrison Barnes is who everyone says he is, then I think he would have been able to read the room and adjust. Like, this being number 1 crap is a lot, and I haven't been successful while I've been here. So why not let me adjust and let this young bull take us to the promised land? Like, he's seen it. He's seen it. It's not like he's not used to not being the number 1. He was the number 4 in Golden State. So him being the number 1 here, I think he should have known that it wasn't going to be permanent. Especially when you got someone like Luka coming in and immediately took the city over. Yeah, bro. If you didn't take it over, Luka took it from you. And
Harrison Barnes got that money though. He was paid like a number 1.
He sure did. Rel says that Schmeidel's guy. I think he's talking about. Oh, I didn't read his comment. My bad, Laus. He says, "Hey, no cap. Yesterday I wanted us to win so bad just to listen to We Talk Hawks and laugh, but I had to hold myself." Hey man, yeah, I think that's all of us. Rel said that Schmeidel's guy. I think he's probably talking about Westbrook or something. I don't know, or Dwight Powell. He's probably talking about Dwight Powell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's move forward here. Before we get up out of here, Richard says no guys. Lakers sent us Westbrook and the 27th first for Reggie, THJ, and Bertans. One of the ESPN talking heads are talking about it being kind of trades Dallas are looking at. Okay.
I just don't think Richard we're gonna get. I don't think we're gonna get that first draft pick, Richard. Like, if we can get the Lakers to do that, Rob Pelinka is a fool.
I'd much rather.
So maybe we gotta get another fool.
I'd much rather trade all those players and would you trade a first for LeBron?
I don't think we got to trade a first for LeBron. I think we just the issue. If Mark Cuban wants LeBron, I'm
just saying this year. You want the LeBron this year?
This year?
Are you willing to trade a first for this year's LeBron?
Yes, I would trade a first, but we don't have enough firsts to get LeBron James.
Dang, you think he's still garnered like 3, 4, 5 first?
Do you think if LeBron James is on our team right now, we win a championship?
Depends who we trade.
If Luka Doncic and LeBron James, I don't care who's around them. I'll sit out there with them. I'm being serious.
Yeah, I can hit a 3. I ain't defending though. I can hit a 3 though.
They're the favorite. If Luka Doncic got LeBron James this year, they're the favorite to win the championship.
Yeah, no, I 1000% agree. I trade everybody and try to keep Wood out of that entire deal, but I'm just like
LeBron would be the best number 2 in the league. So he's the best almost everything he does. So he'll be the best number 2 in the league. Then Jaylen Brown wouldn't be better than him. Like there'll be no number 2 that's better than LeBron James. So yes, he was still garner all those first round picks. If we're talking about 3 first round picks, 2, 3 for Zach LaVine, then yes, LeBron James still demands about 4 first round picks.
Yeah, LeBron shouldn't have accepted that extension. He would have been a free agent. He could have came to Dallas this year. Play with Luka a lot earlier.
Just sign Bronny. I really think that's going to happen. I don't know why. It's something in me that keeps telling me the Mavericks going to draft Bronny.
I hope so, man. Joe Sutherland says, ideally, a defensive anchor at the 5, Wood moves to the 4, Dodo to the 3, Green at the 2, Dinwiddie coming off the bench. Ideally, yes. Ideally, Dinwiddie, for me, would be a better player coming off the bench. If it's a lot better flow for the rotation, the minutes get more evenly distributed out, and finding that anchor, that's the key thing. It's like, is the anchor just going to be an anchor, or can the anchor do something offensively as well? And for the Mavs, you got to have someone that can do a little bit more than just defend, and that's just because if you want to win a championship, you just can't have these one-dimensional players, because we have already had enough of those. I
think your boy Spencer Dinwiddie is amazing. I love Windiddy. But when it's 3 players, somebody always has to take a step back. And I just feel like when him come off the bench, he could cook guys off the bench and still get his numbers and all, being that player and helping us produce. Like he can be what he was last year. He still was the 3rd best player on the team. He was cooking guys and he was doing what he had to do. So I just feel like that position works best for him.
Yeah, no, 1000% agree. Is there anything you want to touch on, man, before we head out? Anything you want to bring up or anything like that?
Nah. Go Mavs. Just love to your channel, TGK. I told you I appreciate being on your channel, man. Been a fan before, so I told you I'm a fan for being on here because I used to watch you, man. Watch your little back when I used to watch wrestling big time and all your little wrestling videos. Back when I think what was it? Mania was there. What year was that? Can't remember. When you guys had WrestleMania, was it 31? 32?
In Dallas, it was I think it was 32, and then this year 36 or whatever this one was.
Yeah, you guys had it again. I haven't seen it in years now since well, I don't even get into political stuff, but yeah, so I've been watching your stuff forever though, man. So it's just always been an honor to work with you, and we appreciate you. I can talk for myself and Ro, man. So thank you, and we just look forward to doing even more and bigger stuff, man. We all just growing here.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. And I always say it on every pregame show. Like, I wouldn't be doing the pregame shows if I was never introduced to your postgame shows and being involved in that, doing the whole live stream thing. Because there's some performance anxiety when you get in front of a camera and having to come up with good, like, just talking points in general. So I appreciate y'all prepping me to be able to do these pregame shows, man. And now we kind of now we kind of have like a all around coverage for the Mavs in a way. Unless someone else is doing pregame shows that I don't know of, not to be disrespectful, but I feel like, all right, you know, Mavs got the postgame show, Outsiders got that podcast, DDP comes in, does a positively relentless, and you know, everyone has their thing. I was like, maybe I could do the pregame shows. Like, why not? You know, so I feel like it just makes our Mavs community more of like adds more to it, you know. And so
we all know the media. We all know the media has their biases and says their foolishness. So if you wanted it from the fans' perspective, you can find all of our channels and see all of us.
Yep. Yeah. By the way, I'll be at the Royal Rumble next week. It's in San Antonio. Since I live all the way down here in South Texas, that's where I'm gonna be at. So I'll be in that.
Roman's still running it.
Who?
Roman's still running it.
Yeah,
he's still running wrestling. He's
broke the record. He's like been the champion for over 3 years now, 870 some days. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
That's gonna be a hard decision for him to decide who's gonna beat him then.
Yeah. Let me run up these last comments and then we'll win the show real quick. Eric Draven says, please don't sign Braun. His defense is non-existent, cost too much shot. Jacking, another terrible free throw shooter. Want me to keep going? Look. Yep. I got this. I want
you to keep going.
I got it.
Oh, man.
I got it. If LeBron is on the team with Luka, he don't got to do everything that he's having to do for the Lakers. He'll have more energy for the defensive side of the thing. You know what I'm saying? He'd have more energy to do all these other things that you say he's non-existent at. Just like Luka, he has to take breaks on the defensive end. So think of it like, damn, imagine Luka running the whole show and LeBron just benefits from having the third or fourth best defender on him. Come on, bro. Think about that. Think about LeBron against the fourth best defender on the opposing team.
TGK, they're basically the same player. They just do things different ways. So imagine needing a break. Who would you want to call in? Somebody that's just like you. And you can sit back and say, hey, it's your time now. Like, go ahead and you can run the show the same way. Yep. So, no. And then we talk about like Josh Green and all being guys that can cut and do athletic stuff. Possibly the most athletic player of all time and still one of the most athletic players in the league is LeBron James.
Yep.
He's still the freight train to the rim. Like,
you still cannot stop him.
Every day, any day. You talking about, would you rather have you can take THJ, Bertans, Dwight Powell, any of those guys. I would cut all of those guys off the team. Like, I would just take the roster spots missing if I could just add LeBron James. Like, better than all of those guys combined. Like, I'm sorry, but that one is foolishness. No way. I'm taking LeBron James right now. The guy that's 300 points away from the all-time scoring record, still scoring 30 a game at 38. Yep. THJ wish he could score 30 a game.
Yep. Harold says, we're going to learn if Luka demands trades or not February 9th. We will see that. And the last comment here, Richard says, Hardy, Green, Wood, and Spence off the bench. I would love to see a Hardy and Green get a more exclusive run together. That'd be pretty dope to see.
The goal, I hope, is for Hardy and Wood to start. Not maybe this year. I think Green can start this year at this point. But I want Green to be the 3 and Hardy to be the 2 of the future.
1,000%. We can have that big 4 next year, man, if we just keep Wood.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Come off the bench.
Yeah.
Dodo should work his way to the bench. No disrespect to Dodo, but that should be a good thing that Dodo starts to come off the bench.
1,000% agree. Because imagine him coming off the bench.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Now you got talent on the roster. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You got me, TGK.
Yes, sir. All right, man. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Again, this stuff means a lot to me. I appreciate you, King, jumping on here and all the Glow Yard gang that follows and comes on here as well. They be in the pregame show chatting it up with me, so I appreciate everyone that comes through, man.
You remember the Glow Yard too, TGK.
Oh, you already know, bro. You already know. Anyway, guys, been your boy TGK here with King. We signing off. We're going to catch you tomorrow against the Miami Heat. And I don't know, maybe I might have both We Talk Mavs on the pregame show tomorrow. Who knows?
Check us out. Please check us out too. We'll be on like an hour.
Yeah.
I believe.
Oh, yeah. Y'all got a pod, a broadcast right after this with We Talk Hawks, right?
We Talk Hawks TV. Yeah.
Y'all make sure y'all tune into that. All right, guys. Been your boy TGK. We out.
Thank you, TGK.
Thank you, bro.
What did he say?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, yes.